So I was on a hotel website booking a room for my dad and I. I'm taking him to a Raiders game. He said he's never been. I wanted to give him that exposure, be able to put him in that environment where he can actually see his favorite team. As I'm booking it, I'm recognizing that a lot of hotels and a lot of places, rather you do Uber or get a car rental, they have insurance or they have that protection plan, right? And this one was $13. So to a lot of people, $13 is nothing. Okay, I could add that on there just as an extra layer of security, make sure that if anything changes, I can be able to get my money back. I can be able to, whatever, right? I realized that the number underneath it said over 35,000 people wanted that protection. And so I just, as a business mind, I did the math and I was like, I wonder how much that is. And as you see from this video right here, I'm already playing it in the background, but it's over $450,000 in the past 7 days, by the way. A lot of money, right? So a hotel is making over $450,000 off of a $13 sale. And that's without the booking. That's without, the little concessions that they have. That's without the parking. That's without the little extra hotel fees. And it's like hotels are making millions every month. Because it's not just for one location. You're doing this for multiple locations for multiple people, right? These are just things that you got to think about. As a business owner, you got to recognize that you might be really good with high ticket sales. You might be really good with low ticket sales. The numbers come from the people. So sure, you might be able to make $5,000 off of one sale and be able to do that 5 times, you get $25,000 in 1 month. Or you sell something for $500 100 times and all of a sudden you have, what is that, 50,000? 500 times 100, I think that's 50,000. And it's like, a lot of people will buy that compared to just one-time $5,000 ticket. So let's say that, and as a hotel, they could charge whatever they want to, because essentially, they could put $30, they can make it $50 for protection, but they have the sweet spot of $10. It's like, okay, well, is it really worth it for $10? It's a little too low. And 15, and it's like, okay, well, the psychological numbers is 13 is like a pretty decent number, right? You see that and you're like, that's not too much, right? Usually when you see the value of whatever the dollar amount is, you think about, is it really worth my money? That's what you do every single day. You think that Chipotle is worth your money. You think that Starbucks is worth your money. You think going to the grocery store because what you're getting is worth your money. You're looking for the value, right? So if there's enough value in a $13 package that's going to help you feel protected no matter what happens, then you're going to buy it. Again, you do that for over whatever the number said, 35,000 people, you have a $450, right? So it just, I think a lot of people, especially when they're getting into business, they're like, if I want to make a lot of money, I need to do high ticket sales. If you have the value for it, go for it. If you don't really have the sales experience, I would start with the lower number, right? For myself, I have a business where I'm mentoring people about day trading, and I put people in position to learn about the Forex market, right? Be able to make money from your phone, from different currencies. Only thing is that I charge $450 for my all-inclusive, including one-on-one. People might have $450, right, and $75 a month, or people might only have $50 a month. So it's like, okay, do you offer this certain amount of value for $50 a month and get more people, right? More people that want to be a part of what you have going on, or do you want to sell a $500 program or a $1,000 program just to be able to make more money with lower people, right? These are the things that you got to think about. Now, the true wealth, as a lot of people say, is finding a position where you can be able to still have revenue coming in without you working for it. That's why people get into real estate, because money is still coming in even after the deal is closed, because people start to pay their rent or their mortgage and people start to make money. But I recognize that that is one of the most wealthiest ways to become financially free, because after someone gets started with whatever you have going on, then you're always making money from them. That's how Apple stays in business. That's how Netflix stays in business, because you're always paying the monthly subscription, right? So for me, my thing is, okay, cool. You get started with a low investment. To me, $450 for my value is a lot lower than what other people charge for thousands. But I know my value. I could up it, but I choose not to, because my business is helping people. I want to put people in position to learn it, but it's also $75 a month. So let's just say, quick numbers. We have 10 people that's paying me $75 a month. That means without tax, that's $750 just constantly coming my way, right? Every single month, $750 is coming my way. You use that properly and you're like, okay, well, that takes care of groceries, my grocery, or my electric bill and my water bill, whatever you want to do, right? You just know those are always taken care of. And then you have sales on top of it. So if I'm selling $500, 2 sales, you're like, okay, well, that take care of, or maybe, whatever your rent is, right? Certain amount of sales takes care of X, Y, Z. Okay, and then I need to make X, Y, Z to have a certain amount of profit from my business. So like, you think about that, right? Okay, cool. So we're selling $500, but now we have another $75 a month type of scaling system. And once you scale that number to where all of a sudden 30 people are paying you $75 a month, that could add up pretty quickly. And now that's just passive. Now you don't have to work on always getting people, because if you do people right, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, here's my aunt, she wants to work with you. Hey, here's my cousin, he wants to work with you. Hey, here's whoever, right? And so the money system just keeps going and going. The same way that people are always going to be booking hotels and always want protection, right? People are always going to be taking flights. People are always going to be, you got to think about it as a green content. I was having this conversation earlier, actually. Green content is exactly what people need to get into. Green content is whenever you use something that's not ever going to run out. So self-motivating, that's not going to go out. Financial, it's not going to go out. Kids shows, or education, right? That's not going to go out. People are still watching SpongeBob and Mickey Mouse, and it was aired over 15 years ago, right? When it was black and white. Now we got 3D, Mickey Mouse shows, Clubhouse shows, and people still watch them, right? Okay, Bluey. Well, I still want to teach my kids how to, when you get into something that's not going to go away. Real estate, people always need houses. Markets, stock markets, they're not going to go away. The markets aren't just going to crash out of nowhere and never come back, ever, because businesses are still running. The foreign exchange market, the world runs off of currencies, whether you know it or not. US dollar, Japanese yen, you're using those all the time when people are traveling. You're paying $20 in Japan to get their yen, right? Like you're doing this all the time. So get in something that's not ever going to run out. That should be your niche, right? Artistic stuff. People love art. Museums aren't going anywhere. Content's not going anywhere. People are now starting to use AI. So it's like, do things that are going to put you in position to win. And then depending on what your niche is or what your industry is, now you see, okay, do I want more people or do I want more money? Because essentially, if I have more people and I'm just doing higher tickets or lower tickets, then eventually I end up making more money. But I don't need a lot of people if I'm doing a high ticket sale. Things to just keep in mind, right? But I just want you guys to know and understand, there is money out there. You're telling me one hotel, or let me say this, one business just made $450,000 in 7 days, and you wouldn't see that number for the next 10 years. And I don't understand how that doesn't open up a person that works a 9 to 5. For a person that's a normal 9 to 5 person that doesn't have any type of aspirations or goals, you're just working at Walmart, you're working at Target, you're doing the normal things. Look, business isn't for everybody. I'll tell you that right now. Being in a position where you can do what others aren't doing makes you superior. That's why people enjoy CEOs, people enjoy meeting high-level people. That's why people want autographs and they want pictures, because it's like you gotta make yourself valuable, right? I mean, we have actors that's making millions of dollars. I did the math of Spider-Man Brand New Day. The first weekend they made over $1 billion. So I did the math. If Tom Holland only made 15%, because I think they make like an initial amount for being an actor, and then they make a percent of the movie, right? Whatever the revenue is. And I don't know if 15 is a super big number. It's not really my industry. I don't really know how the numbers work there. But I did the math from 1 billion and 15%. And I think it came down to over like 200 million or something like that. And it's like, you do the math on that. Someone made, of course they're working for it. They have a lot of things that they're doing and managing. But you telling me there was over 200 million to pay to one person? That there was enough money to give to one person that some people may never see in their life. That's the power of business. And if you are in the right industry and you teach the right people or you have the right things, then it makes you valuable. And now people want to be a part of what you have going on. That's why for myself, like for people that are in the Dallas area, if you're interested in Forex, I'm starting a program called the Trading Made Simple, where people are getting together. I'm going to be in front of the room teaching exactly how simple trading is and putting you in position to win, and understand that the markets aren't that intimidating, right? And what makes it better is that you're also being able to get food with it and get a dessert with it and be able to network with other people. And I don't know any other person that's doing this in the Dallas area, right? Putting people in position to win. Trading Made Simple, y'all. If y'all want to go check it out on my Instagram, King Malone, KXNG, Malone, or you can check it out on my website, alphafrx.com. It's only $50, but I'm just saying, like, that right there, that's a way that you can be able to be like, okay, let me bring people together, let me provide value, let people be able to network with other people that are like-minded, and then you see the reward of what you're doing, because now down the road, you're able to put people in position to win, and now they're going to follow you, right? And it's just like, I don't know how much more simple to make it. It's right here in front of your eyes. You're buying stuff every day. And if you're not even buying something, just think about like the time that you're using every day to go to work. Think about the time that you're using and the gas that you're using, and think about the resources you're using, right? The bee keep coming over here. I don't know if y'all see that. But it's like you're doing that every single day. There's always something that costs, right? And it's like, if you don't put yourself in position to be able to be in the middle of money, of where it's going, then you're not going to be able to keep up with it. That's the business hack. Get between the money. People are going from distributor to the stores, and that's how people are getting to e-commerce, right? Because now they're the store. Okay, cool. Instead of you going all the way to Target to get your source or your stuff, get it from our website and we'll ship it out directly to you. Now we're making money because we got in between the store and the distributor, right? It's just, you got to find the ways to be in front of the money. And I know life is not all about that. Some people always have interesting conversations. People think that life is all about money, or some people think that, what's the point of money and stuff like that. But think about money as a tool to the goal of what you're trying to do, which the goal is freedom. You don't want to wake up every day and be on someone else's schedule. You don't want someone telling you when you can go to lunch. You don't want someone telling you when you can get off, what time you need to be where, and do this for the rest of your life. When you get a taste of what freedom feels like, you don't want to go back. I'm telling you, I haven't worked a job in 4 years, right? And putting yourself in that position to win will make you feel free. There's some days I wake up and I don't know what to do. You wish you could do that. You wish you could sleep in because you didn't get enough sleep that night. You wish you could be able to stay up later and do some of the things you actually enjoy. You wish that you didn't have to wait till the weekend to be able to do something that you actually enjoy. Like you want the freedom. You wish you could have more time to take care of your kids or to show up to their events. You wish that you had more money so you can buy the groceries that you want, or that you could eat healthier, or maybe that you could eat out even more, right? You want the freedom of the things that money can do for you. I hope there's not any person in the world that's like, I just don't want no money. I prefer being broke. If you prefer being broke, that means that you've never touched no money for real. If you're okay living paycheck to paycheck, there's no reason that you should be okay living like that. Now, wealth isn't for everybody. That's why there's normal 9-to-5 people. But there's also people that's like, I need to get to it. And those are the people that you need to surround yourself with. That type of environment, that type of mentality. Those people that are willing to go and push the limits of what they're capable of doing. Right? It always starts in the mind. I say this all the time. It starts in the mind. Wealth starts in the mind before it hits your bank account. Being resourceful, making sure that you're not spending all the time, making sure that you're not putting yourself in positions that's gonna hurt you. Because at the end of the day, your legacy is up to you. The people you impact is up to you. People that look up to you is up to you. You never know who's watching. You never know who's consistently watching. But they're watching. So give people something to watch. You are the inspiration to somebody. So why not be inspiring? And I'll say this last thing and I'll let y'all go, man. You gotta go through a transformation to become an inspiration. The things that you're doing, the habits that you have now, they need to be transformed. or else that inspiration, that goal that you're going for will never be hit. The habits that you have now matter for the future, because if you're staying up late, you're eating wrong, you're not going to the gym, you're not disciplined, you're not emotionally in control of you, how do you expect to be successful? How do you expect to be a good father? How do you expect to be a good business owner, a good business partner? Because when something doesn't go your way, you're willing to quit, you're willing to crash out. When all of a sudden you're not seeing the results that you want from reading right, and going to the gym consistently, you go back to your old habits. When suddenly you're having bad habits of going to the club and messing with different females, or hanging out with your boys super late, you don't get enough sleep, you don't do the things that you know you should do, right? How often are you going to do that and allow yourself to be falling back? Because at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's up to you. So you got to go through a transformation to have the inspiration. But I said that to say, business can be very simple. Scaling a business can be very simple. Understanding marketing, understanding people, understanding where the money is at. Again, you bring those together, all of a sudden you have where the money is at. Unless you're a Forex trader, and then you're the bank yourself, because you make money off of this right here, right? So I said that to say, appreciate y'all for watching, making it this far in the video. If y'all made it this far in the video, I definitely appreciate it. No Capricorn. But I'll say this: if you guys want to be a part of Trading Made Simple, follow me on Instagram, or you can get the details on alphafrx.com. If y'all want Forex mentorship or even the one-on-one guidance, you can go to that website as well, alphafrx.com. Be able to get more details, see what that really looks like, so that we can be able to hop on a call and I can help you where needed. So, appreciate y'all for making it. Like I said, comment what you guys think about it. If you're a business owner, glad I can give you something to think about. And if you're not a business owner, here's something to think about. That being said, I'll holler at y'all later, all right? Y'all take care, man. Gone.